Elevators are perfect for getting close to your secret crush.
What? No! What if we accidentally touch?
Overdoing it a little?
Let's not rush things, Kay.
That pissed me off for real. Why do you act like that?
Like what?
The way that you act, you don't see how you act why people don't want to be around you?
No.
Look how you act.
I know.
Hey you guys, and welcome to my 13th review of the 4th season of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, titled Optigami, which, as I like to call it, when the villains finally start getting their shit together. Oh my god, this and the next episode, Senti-Bubbler, I truly love this. How do I even start this? It just shows the villains are kind of competent. They don't just sit around waiting or just go through the motions. They're trying to figure out new ways to win, which is kind of intriguing and engaging, but it's kind of annoying that we're in the 4th season when that happens. Also, before I forget, please make sure to like the videos because it really helps. You guys have been really doing a good job liking the last few videos, and the videos are performing better, so please keep it up. I love the support from you guys, and it really does mean a lot because YouTube is just like, oh, we're just not gonna tell people you upload. I get comments all the time from people saying, I haven't heard from you in a year, and I'm like, how? Anyway, so Optigami is the episode where Gabriel and Nathalie finally says, okay, we need to rub more than 2 of our brain cells together. So Nathalie, for the most part, has been keeping tabs
Chloé Bourgeois.
on all the heroes that the identities they discovered thanks to, you know, her time as Miracle Queen. And I don't even know what device this is. Maybe it's like, I don't know, Gabriel has like a lot of resources. So they're keeping tabs on them. And she says, well, they're all just basically teenagers, which was what Ladybug was worried about since the beginning, that if the villains know the identities of the hero, they'll make a move. But also this episode kind of says, fuck you to that, because they don't go after these kids until like the next episode when they thought, oh, Alya had more of a role than previously thought. So her not giving Chloé was just, you could say yes, it was to prevent something like this, but also it was preamble, if I'm using that word correctly. She was prematurely giving more credit to the villains, because at the end of the day, it would be, oh, the villains are going after children. But then again, after this episode or the next episode, Hawkmoth just crossed the line where he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't care if he's going after children. He will do whatever is necessary to get his wife back. Whereas before, there always seemed to be a line that he just won't cross. Yes, he'll akumatize kids, but he won't actively endanger them or endanger someone's life out of malice. He only used magic and the potential of that. I don't even know why I'm kind of giving Hawkmoth the benefit of the doubt, but they used the information they got from this episode to stand. Nathalie all this time has had this Akuma named Optigami, because who else thought this episode had something to do with Kagami? Like, show of hands. Whatever. So the butterfly kind of follows people, and I was like, then why don't they just have the butterfly follow Ladybug? And then obviously Ladybug, like the holy Jesus incarnate, she keeps her tracks. The butterfly is never able to catch up to her, that she makes sure she's never followed. And I'm like, really the person who just hides behind something and transforms, but well, we don't see her untransform. She always like, her transforming is very out in the open sometimes. Hell, even in this episode, we saw that her and Adrien almost transformed at the same time. They just find a place and transform, and it's just so haphazard. They're probably thinking, well, in the chaos, nobody will notice that Marinette or Adrien ran to this location and Ladybug and Cat Noir ran away from it. Like, or maybe they think, I don't know. When they transform, it doesn't make... They're not that cautious, but then again, when they de-transform, it could be another ball game. And again, Optigami is only chasing Ladybug, doesn't follow Cat Noir, because if it did, it would know that Cat Noir always jumps back to his house or to where Adrien's gig is. So again, the show may like to tell me that these two are equal, but even the villains could give less of a shit about Cat Noir. They're always like Ladybug, to the point where I'm like, you know what, why did they even have to say, okay, they need Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous? Let's just be Ladybug Miraculous, because they clearly don't care about the other half of it. It's just an afterthought. The show itself doesn't even care to show Cat Noir in any of these scenes, only going, well, the thing only chases after Ladybug. It only cares about where Ladybug goes to detransform. We don't get a hint of it even registering Cat Noir's existence, because even the villains know he's not that high up in the hierarchy. For now, as things stand after this episode, I feel Alya is higher up in the hierarchy than Cat Noir is. But also, his Miraculous is just more powerful. But then again, this season kind of leveled up Alya's power. I just feel that's why I think this season a lot of people really don't like Alya. They feel like she's muscling in on Ladybug's territory, and then us Cat Noir fans are like, really? Because they felt threatened that Alya was more competent than Ladybug, because they gave like Alya just a little bit of competence this season, and they don't like it. They only want Marinette to be the center of attention. And me being a Cat Noir fan is like, you know what? Anything to show up the main bitch, I'm all for it. So Hawkmoth goes, okay, we need to create an event where all these people will be together. Now here's where I got confused. How they portrayed it was they said, oh, we'll get all the heroes together and then put Optigami in one of them. But then when Style Queen was on her rampage, they were neutralizing all the heroes to make sure like Ladybug couldn't call on anyone. So then I was like, okay, are they neutralizing the heroes because they know, okay, without them Ladybug can't win? But they said they wanted to put Optigami in one of them, so why are they neutralizing everyone? And then at one point they neutralized one of them and they turned him into a Senti-monster. Nino has had 2 Senti-monsters now back to back, and I said, okay, they didn't mention anywhere that they were going to. It's like the villain's plan didn't even make sense. It's like halfway through the episode, the animator said, oh shit, wait, what did they say they would do? Oh, they wanted to akumatize, amakasize, whatever, one of the villains. I thought they wanted to neutralize them. Okay, let's do this thing last minute, because I don't think there's a quota on how many Senti-monsters they can make. We've seen that the villains can, I don't know, create multiple things. So why didn't they just create multiple Senti-monsters of the heroes, replace them, and then have Optigami enter? You know what? It's Hawkmoth, I think, can only control 1 Senti-monster at a time. And I don't know. Now that I actually think about it, I do like the episode, but a lot of things just fall. The villain's plan was established, but then they did something else, but then they fall back on the plan towards the end. And it's like, wait, what? Anyway, Natalie's dying. I like how we're just watching this woman decay. And we're just like, yeah, normal. So Gabriel kind of like tricks Audrey. Wow, I got her name right on the first try. Ooh, clarity. I had someone in my last video telling me that I should stop pointing out the animation errors, and I kind of felt bad because I was like, oh wait, was I overdoing it in the last episode? Because it was really bad in the last episode. I know some people complained that, even this, it doesn't look like she's holding this one. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people complain that the animation in the show is terrible, that there's 2 studios, one's better than the other, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't care which studio animates what. I just care if what I'm seeing looks good or not, if it's clear, if it's appealing to the eye. But yes, I care about animation errors. I do everything wrong with. I spot these things. I don't try to look for them. So when I get told, hey, don't do this, I'm like, okay, but some people like that I do this, or do people not like it? I don't know. If you don't like me pointing out errors, just let me know in the comments. But I feel like I'm doing a disservice when I do a review to ignore some negatives when it's like it's just there. I'm pointing out what I see in the episode. That's the whole purpose of the review. So for me to not point out some things, I feel disingenuous. But I feel like I'm the only person that has been complimenting this show's animation a lot. So many people are like, yeah, no, the animation this season is not good. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I like what I see so far. Yes, there might be some things that are off, but things are good. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. But I try to point out where things look good and where things look bad. That's the main gist of what I'm trying to say here. So Gabriel tricks Audrey into doing like an award show for his son. I don't know if she said, oh, this thing that's going to happen, or she said, oh, are you prepared for this thing, which is basically rigged. And yeah, there's a little discussion here of like kwamis are only in my possession, they don't go holderless. So this is the start of the conversation where, okay, can kwamis be with their holders outside of Marinette's control? And this is just Master Fu incarnate, where it's like, the kwamis must be with holders, but no kwami gets out of my sight. And I'm like, I'm predicting right now that the end of this season will have Ladybug try and collect Cat Noir's Miraculous from him, maybe deeming that he's not worthy or something, and that she will choose a holder to give the Cat Miraculous and collect it from. I feel that that's where this is going. But for now, she's doing the Master Fu thing of I must hold all the Miraculouses because she's the guardian, which fair, but even the guardian gave out like 2 Miraculouses and just trusted them into the wild, into the ethos. But with Marinette, it's kind of more annoying because as the guardian, she doesn't know Cat Noir's identity, but at the same time, she doesn't want to leave Miraculouses with other people because she's worried. Like, we know why she's worried in the next episode, but for now, well, after the whole Miracle Queen thing, I can understand why she doesn't want to give out Miraculouses, because if the same thing happens and somebody gets like possessed or whatever, they can just hand it over to Hawkmoth. So she just kind of has like separation anxiety with the Miraculouses right now, even though the Kwamis are just too much for her, which is like, fucking hell, just give Adrien some. Just give him some. You will not die if you give this boy some responsibilities. 50 Why do I have to spell this out? Why? I get she's the guardian, but fucking hell, give your partner some to help hold on for you. Why must you take sole responsibility of everything? Girl, you are killing yourself. I want less stress for her, but it's like she just has to make things more difficult. If you guys remember the episode where Miss Magda and Lady got akumatized, the Ghostbusters knockoff one, where both Ladybug and Cat Noir had to figure out a way to prove to the other person that they weren't from that school. Adrien just mistake the school for a middle school or something. That was it. Marinette went through a whole complicated 6-minute illusion act to prove it. So it just kind of shows that she always goes through the most difficult way to do something. But whatever. She says, no, I'm not giving any kwamis. Alya's like, okay, fine, you're the boss. But like, yeah, let's go back to this. And it's like just out of the Ladybug mode back to creepy Marinette mode. I don't even know who I like more. I hate both of these personalities to an unhealthy degree. So all the friends gather. Oh, they're close together. I really want them to make up. Why are they on opposite sides? That's number one. And they are close together. I want to know, is there anybody who shifts like Luca and Kagami? Because I used to, but then it's like, have they ever even been together? And now they are, and it's like, okay, one step closer. And then we have the best friends. Can you just notice I'm not even focused on this side of the screen, but my boy, my precious ragdoll of a boy who has no personality whatsoever. Nino and Alya are playing that stupid game that's just so annoying. Kim tries to race the elevator. We just love dumb jock Kim. Can we just get an inkling, just a crumb of Kim and Marinette, just a little bit, please? But another annoying scene that I completely forgot. They're getting in an elevator and Marinette is just,
What if we accidentally touched?
Kagami is over this bullshit. She's just, all of these three are like, he's like, is this child okay? Is this woman okay? Luca is just like, yep, that's the girl I love who doesn't love me back. She is just like, not this fucking bullshit again. And Adrien is like, oh, weird Marinette. He always just gives her this smile. And I'm like, does he actually like her? Like, after Mr. Pigeon 72, that was it. We don't have any more Adrianette scenes. This is the 13th episode. Mr. Pigeon 72 was the 4th episode. So we've been like almost like, okay, episode 5 is not out yet, but like 6, 7, 10, nearly 10 episodes with no interaction between the main romantic couple of thine show. But anyway, she says no. She doesn't want to get in. That in case she accidentally touches Adrian's shoulder. Why do we support this goddamn fucking ship? It's never gonna sail. Oh boy.
Let's not rush things, Kay.
At the end of season 2 where she kisses his cheek, we actually thought, oh no. I remember like season 3 came up and everyone was like, wait, did they just forget the season 2 finale? Blah, 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 blah. I think a lot of people thought they were dating or whatever. Big people, back when people had hope. I knew it was like a French thing to kiss each other's cheeks. But some of y'all really jumped the gun. People are like, did that even happen? I'm like, yes, it happened. But the showrunners are like, slow burn. We're gonna make you agonize and wait for this. And it's like, bro, the whole show doesn't even, like, the whole fandom doesn't even care anymore. At this point, I feel like this show is holding me hostage. Why does he look surprised? He looks so surprised. What's with all these poses? And Chloe just looks like she's ready to tackle him. But anyway, this whole thing was obviously a fluff. They're waiting for the announcer guy, who Hawkmoth has created a Senti-Monster for, to go in his place and humiliate Audrey on national TV so she would turn into Style Queen again, who was one of Gabriel's most powerful, like, akumatized victims in season 2. Yes, I think it was season 2. Probably. Yeah, it was before what's her name again? Mayura. Mayura just came and went one season where people were like, Mayura is gonna be the new boss of Hawkmoth, and it's like, yeah. God, and when people tell me the creators of the show said this, it's like, fuck what they said. They don't mean shit to me. Their words, they don't mean what they say or say what they mean. So he akumatizes her, and this man, I just feel sad for him listening to the villain monologue in the background. But he's been akumatized before, so I think he's aware of the monologue. So everyone runs, and Alya tells Nino, hey, let's go and find somewhere in case Ladybug needs to get our help. Alya is just a good friend, always created a diversion for Marinette, even though Marinette has been doing it for 3 seasons. But you know what? She helps. Even though the help is useless, she still helps. So she tries to turn him into glitter. Adrien tries to stand down her. Wait. Yeah. She was a superhero once, oh god, but he's still protecting her even after she was so mean to him. My son. Yeah, but Kagami is best girl, I swear, always putting herself first for them, but she gets neutralized, and I don't know, Nathalie is relaying this information. They're using Optigami to know where the kids are to neutralize them. But then I thought, oh no, this is going to go against their plan. But I guess it was part of their plan to whittle down all the heroes so they only have like a few, and then have one of them. I think they only wanted one left, or neutralize all of them and then create a Senti-Monster that Ladybug has no choice but to give Miraculous to. And this was the episode everyone told me, yes, Senti-Monsters can use Miraculous. Yes, Senti-Monsters can use Miraculous. So I was like, oh yeah, so that helps my Adrien is a Senti-Monster theory video, because I said we don't know if they can, but people saying, but they still knew Nino was a Senti-Monster, but Senti-Monsters need anchors. So what was this Nino's anchor? But also another theory somebody told me, or somebody like in Twitter, because me creating this theory has made me like what the punching bag of everybody who likes and doesn't like it. They said the people who control the Peacock Miraculous can only sense a Senti-Monster if the object is there. The Senti-Monster itself, they don't know. The only reason why they knew Feast was a Senti-Monster was because his mocked object was inside him, and all the other Senti-Monsters, since they have their mocked objects. So even if Adrien is a Senti-Monster, they theorize that the ring would be his unmocked object. So thereby, they wouldn't know Cat Noir is a Senti-Monster because the ring is not on him. I wanted to make that into a separate video. Let me know if you want that so I can maybe flesh that out more. But that was just really interesting when I heard that. And I said, oh, yes to all of this. But anyway, Kagami gets neutralized. And they're using Optigami to try and find other people. Oh, another thing was, how did they just whittle it down to these people? Because you'd think Milen would be here, Ivan would be here, Julika Rose, what's her name? Zoe. How did I forget her name? But they just managed to get the main heroes, but whatever. It could be an invite thing. Who fucking cares? So this was the scene where I said they almost transformed at the same place at the same time. They should have immediately ran out of the elevator at that point. I said, hey, let's take the stairs or something. But anyway, they are trapped. Chloé is still trying to do what she did the first time, to tell people, hey, there are people hiding over there. But she's like, oh yeah, Zoe was here. Oh yeah, they're not on their list. Why? Why? That doesn't even look like a butt. So Chloé was trying to do what she did last time by showing her mom where people are so she doesn't get like turned. And Zoe, purest of pure girls, tries to save her sister, but Chloé tried to use that to shield herself. Idiots. It's so not fair. She grabs her hand. Chloe freaks out, says, "Oh, yes, fresh meat." But I guess this time, whatever it hits, anything connected to it also turns to dust, which would mean if a human standing on a floor gets hit, the whole building turns to dust. But whatever, maybe it's organic. So the Optigami thing is finding all of them. They find Max, they find Luca, they block the escape. Oh my god, it was the Luca one that really got to me. It pissed me off so much. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. He was in the vent helping somebody to escape. Oh my god, best boy. Going back a bit, Marinette is texting Alya that she's stuck in an elevator and she can't transform. And even Alya was like, "Are you stuck with Adrien?" She said yes, and she's like, "Oh no, this isn't good." Nino was just happy for his boy, or saying, "Oh, they're stuck in an elevator together." She's like, "Yeah, great, and not at all a problem. And can you guys please?" I think their phones were dinging.
Yeah, that's awesome and not at all a problem.
Yeah.
Marinette in an elevator. I'm stuck in an elevator with Marinette. This is
I don't know why Adrien is telling him that. It's not like he can create a diversion for you. But anyway, can you guys put your phones on silent? There's a villain out there trying to turn you to golden dust. I would personally like to be turned to golden dust, but if I was a hero, I think I'd have other priorities. So Alec thought, oh yeah, he just killed somebody.
From your existence, Sent to Alec.
Can you imagine just saying, "I release you from your existence"? Hello? Playing God are we now, Hawkmoth? I release you from your existence. Like, yeah, I gave it to you, but it's a burden, I'm taking it back. Like, what the hell? Anyway, Alex thinks see, this is how you animate a butt. And I can say that confidently because this is a grown adult. But actually, this looks really good. Good on whoever modeled this character. So he thinks he's being sly and runs away, and he just immediately gets turned to dust. Oh boy. Another. Why is this more glittery than this? But I guess this is skin, but then this looks the same, but then this doesn't. But this all looks great. Great. I love the reflections. I love everything. And the Shadow Moth Max really contrasts. I keep calling him Hawk Moth. He's Shadow Moth now, but whatever. Elevator 1. They're still trying to get out. Marinette is trying to contact the Kwamis, like, codedly. Oh no. I don't know if anyone knows what codedly means. That's kind of a slang over here. Secretly, you know what I mean. Incognito. So Optigami finds them in there, but because she's with Adrien, it helps, saying, "Oh, is your son in there?" So Hawkmoth says, "Oh, there's nobody in there." They find the thing, and they almost reveal themselves to each other. They're like, "Okay, I need to tell you this thing so I can transform and stop this villain," which they always do this fucking thing to us. It's always the almost reveals, but this one doesn't even piss me off so much because it's like, it's kind of sort of believable. Marinette didn't want to be in an elevator with him. Karma just bitch smacks her and tells her bet, gets her stuck in an elevator with him, almost unable to get out, and they almost reveal each other. Kind of like Dark Owl. Well, Dark Owl, they actually did transform in front of each other, but they tell Style Queen, is she still going by Style Queen this time? Whatever, that there's nobody in there. She leaves, and they're like, "Hey, what were you gonna do?" She's like, "Oh no, nothing." Kim finally makes it to the top floor, and I'm like, it's been 12 minutes, son. How tall is this building, and how slow are you at running? Because from what we gather, when Max was evacuating people and they were running, she transformed the building, and I guess she closed the front door. So how did they run down and miss him? Or did he come up through different stairs? And even if that be the case, how did they get down before you could come up? Anyway, she turns him to dust. Alya is still trying to sneak around, but she tells Nino to stay put because she says, "Okay, let's split up in case Ladybug comes. So if one of us gets hit, we both don't." And Nino was kind of saying, "No, let's go together," or something. So she lies and says she has to go to the bathroom. Because here's the thing, if me and my partner were both superheroes, it would make sense for us to stay together. So if Ladybug finds one of us, she finds both of us. But in this case, maybe Ladybug just can't find us and they split. Or hell, just tell Nino that, hey, you have like special contact with Ladybug or something. But I guess Nino wouldn't be comfortable with it. But yeah, I guess this was the start of when people saying, "Oh, Nino's character was fucked." And it's like, no, he's just a concerned boyfriend. You and your partner are superheroes. You get separated in this highly risky, dangerous situation. You don't want to split up. That's what you're told to do in all the horror movies. Don't fucking split up. But yeah, She creates a very Marinette-ish excuse, and he doesn't stay put. He comes out of hiding and immediately he gets found, which, again, annoying, but I understand. He gets turned, and as he gets turned, there's another one of him created because they're like, okay, there's like 2 left. And maybe they can't find the last one, so they're like, yeah, you know what, whatever. And unfortunately, he wouldn't have been the one to get a miraculous because Alya would be the only one to get one because Ladybug says, get the horse miraculous, your miraculous, and yeah, that's it. But then she decides on her own, okay, I'm going to get the turtle miraculous as well because there's never too much backup. But every time kwami uses their power, some catastrophe happens. So I was like, okay, wait, in the one where it was a couple episodes ago where Kaalki goes to Adrian's room, Soul Crusher, where Zoe got whatever. When Kaalki used her power, did we see any catastrophe? I think we did. But yeah, anytime she does, a catastrophe happens, but I don't even know why they're complaining because everything gets reversed. So Volpina turns, she creates a mirage of Ladybug, so the villains don't think, oh, there's Ladybug in this building, because obviously if all the kids are there who are heroes from the same class, why then would they just not assume that Ladybug is one of them? So it kind of makes sense to have her, even though I don't think they thought that far. They just thought to create like another Ladybug. Also, the reason why Style Queen didn't go after Marinette was because they said, oh no, we don't have any record of her being a holder, even though they know there's new holders, so they can assume. But Luca isn't even in their class and Kagami is not in their class, so they can just assume that. I get it. Side note, so the reason they didn't attack Marinette was because she was with Adrien, so they just didn't attack. Or does Shadow Moth know he can't talk Style Queen out of attacking like one student and not the other? I like, thinking out loud never, well, it helps. You guys will let me know what you think. So this thing gets transported to the moon. She uses the fake Ladybug to split. She finds Nino, who is screaming at the top of his lungs for Alya, which that is the first red flag I would see. Like, yeah, you're not my boyfriend. You're not this stupid. I told you to hide. Why are you screaming my name? And why didn't the villain come after you? Really? Why didn't Style Queen find him? I think they were putting her away from that. So she gives him the miraculous, which nobody is there to see anything. So Optigami possesses the thing. And they said, okay, we're going to help Ladybug win. So when she takes the miraculous back, we can find out where she's hiding. But here's the thing. They could have just let Style Queen win. Or, use Shelter to trap her. And then take her to Hawkmoth. Whatever. They didn't want to risk it because Ladybug always finds a way out. So they thought this was a smart move. So they used Kaalki to free them. To say, hey, I'll take you to safety. But then again, I would actually think, well, Adrien doesn't know using Kaalki creates chaos. Otherwise, I think, okay, why aren't there more people here? If you're saving everybody, why am I the only one on this rooftop? It doesn't make as much sense now that I think about it, but I can't even convey to you how much non-space sense it makes. So obviously Marinette gets patted on the back. That was such a smart idea. And now Adrien is safe and you are here to turn into Ladybug. And he's like, fuck all of you. I don't need praises for this girl anymore. We know she's smart. Shut the fuck up. So now that Cat Noir has been moved from the building, which, yes, makes sense. Get the civilians to safety. He needs to find a way back into the building. And isn't this that radio station thing? The people in here are just dead. But yeah, I guess Ladybug can bring them back to life or whatever. So again, like, I don't know why people are worried. Oh yeah, she told them to bring her the Bee Miraculous because they need to sting Style Queen. But I don't know how you sting Glitter. Because remember, Kagami threw a chair at her and it cut her leg. But I guess, I don't know, Venom just paralyzes the victim no matter what consistency you are. And oh my god, not this fucking suit again. I remember seeing it and I was like, oh no, it was real. I remember when I made those videos and I said, oh no, this looks bad, people were like, no, that's not the official look, that's fan made. And I'm like, oh, who looks at this and thinks this is good? You know what, everything from here up is fine. Even the mask is a fucking atrocity, but this look is a mess. You are allowed to like it, but accept that it is a mess. So she's fighting the fake Ladybug, which I don't even know how she's able to still fight it when I think it needs to be controlled, or well, hell, it's like a mirage. Okay, you know what? In this, when it's emotion, it looks fine. So, like I said, it's terrible, but I still want to look. I think this is better than her powered up look, where it's just her midsection is black with red spots. I don't know. I fucking hate it, but I can't stop looking at it. It's an appealing train wreck. Let's go with that. So she gets a mirror and she doesn't know what that's for, and she can't use her powers. So she uses venom, stings the villain, and Shelter helped her. Whatever. Wait, when she did transform, she went back to her base Ladybug form. I don't know if I said this in my last review. I think I did, but I really do feel like Ladybug's new look was just so the other heroes don't show her up as much. I like it in her hair. It's pretty. So yeah, they get transformed back. Cat Noir uses his cataclysm, but it's like, oh no, you don't, no, they didn't need me. And Ladybug says, oh, sorry, Cat Noir, I don't know your identity or I would have helped. And I'm like, really? That's the whole point. They set all this up for something that was fake. Adrien was accepting a fake word. I feel bad for this boy. His father is actually tarnishing his image. So Cat Noir doesn't kill himself or his pole. Okay, and she's like, okay, we'll go get your Miraculouses back. And you can tell like Cat Noir is not okay with being left behind, but there's nothing he could do. But then again, it's like, for the love of God, reveal your identities. I know the show is trying to say the reason why they work stronger together is because the mysteries of their hidden identities. And I'm like, well, so the holder can know the guardian can know all the holders, but the holders cannot know each other. But Alya and Nino know each other. But again, I guess Alya and Nino knowing each other created this mistake because Alya had the bias towards Nino. But in the next episode, we get shown that yes, knowing someone's identity and trusting them with the miraculous is not a bad thing. So which one is it, show? Is knowing each other's identities a bad thing or a good thing? Because with Hawkmoth and Mayura, they know each other's identities and they're able to have bigger and grander plans. But I guess the show is trying to say, oh, them knowing, the villains knowing who they're working with doesn't help them, but the heroes not knowing always helps them. But then again, there's another contradiction which I'll get to in a bit, because when this happens and she collects the thing, she collects the miraculouses, she uses the mirror to see, oh, they didn't do their normal handshake, and she said, okay, there's something wrong. And obviously she just jumped to like, oh, you're not Nino, whereas it could be anything. He could be in shock, he could be texture, quality, I like it. It could be any combinations of reasons as to why he just didn't do the damn handshake, but obviously she guessed the right one. And she tells Adrien, Cat Noir to Akuma, what's it even called, Cataclysm this, because he's like, that's a miraculous. She's like, I know. And it's like, well, she can bring you back. This happened in Style Queen, well, no, the episode after Style Queen, the Queen Wasp. So I don't know why he's so pentative or whatever, but yeah, killing Optigami doesn't help Nathalie's sickness. See, texture, quality. This episode was well made. I shouldn't feel bad for her pain.
One day, I'll get you, Ladybug.
So yeah, Alya sees her boyfriend turn to whatever before her eyes. I guess when they destroyed the Miraculous, that's when the thing left. You'd think it destroyed everything inside, but she did her lucky charm. Everything gets turned back to normal. Hooray! Wait. Yes, best girl. And here's the thing. The ultimate thing with... Oh, I think Nino just ran to find her. I don't know how he knew she was at the ceiling, but anyway, that's the thing with the power of...
It always shows me the right way. Except this time, I'd gotten the villain wrong.
Oh boy. So that's the thing with when you fight heroes with the power of luck. It's very difficult. It doesn't matter if they make mistakes or if they do things wrong. They are lucky. Having luck is one of the most powerful powers I guess anyone could have. I haven't watched Deadpool 2. I really should watch it, but there's a superhero with one of the people there has luck, and one of the reviews I watched said how, oh, luck is a really good power. He doesn't know how it can be implemented or something. I think it was he said in his review, and I was like, yeah, look at Miraculous Ladybug. Her power is just to be lucky. You can have the villains know each other's identities. They have the most perfect and flawless plans, but just her being lucky topples all of that. How many businesses do you know that do their absolute best? They run everything like a dream, but they're struggling. But it's that one business that just gets lucky that they're able to launch themselves onto the map. So having luck is paramount, but also being smart. So Ladybug is smart and lucky. So she's literally almost an unstoppable force. I almost choked on my own spit there. But here's the thing with the villains, that they always try to which is something interesting that I like, that I just think I figured out last night when I was thinking about this review. The villains need to only be lucky once. The heroes need to be lucky all the time. And the things that the villains send after the heroes isn't really their full might. They're just sending little like minions who only need to be lucky once, and the villains win. But the heroes aren't even like defeating the villains. The villains are not getting defeated. They're just being held back. They're just being stopped from winning against the heroes. So the heroes right now are in this never-ending like title lock of, oh yeah, we have the power of luck, so 99.9% of the time we are going to win because we have a smart, lucky person leading us. But the thing is, the villains just need to be lucky once. I think even Hawkmoth said this. You guys need to win all the time. I just have to win one time. And that's a scary thing about Miraculous, and one of the things I like, which is an idea that I think I just had to pull out of the show. I don't think the show accurately like emphasizes that point enough, and hopefully maybe they'll try and run that point home a little bit more, because for all intents and purposes, the villains were supposed to win here, but Ladybug just got lucky to know the people who got a well, she is the one giving the Miraculouses. What if it was like Master Fu? Like, he knew Kim. No, Master Fu chose Kim to be the Monkey Miraculous. And what if Ladybug didn't know that? And then Kim was the one who got whatever, and Ladybug doesn't notice anything different with him. Like, she might, but she wouldn't know, okay, he was a holder to blah, 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 blah. They could have won. So Marinette's luck is a domino effect. We know like Marinette, the character, is an unlucky person, but Ladybug has all the luck. But I believe I've also said this, like, Marinette's life is lucky, but whereas people think Adrien is lucky because he's successful, he's super handsome, he's super smart, his life is unlucky. So their actual personality traits, or the core of their characters, reflects their heroes. Whereas Adrien, Cat Noir is seen as the bad luck dumb one, and Ladybug is seen as the good luck smart one. Whereas Marinette is perceived to be unlucky and clumsy and dumb. Marinette's core is this smart and confident person who has a very good life. She has parents who love her, she has friends who love her, she can never seem to do any wrong, even the show loves her. But Adrien is this isolated, lonely person who's not even allowed to do what he likes. And he's an idiot at heart, but he's not even allowed to be that. So the characters kind of reflect their powers. So Marinette is lucky for the people she has in her life, which translates to her Ladybug side, which helps her in this situation. So as much as I harp on Ladybug or Marinette, the characters, she is a good superhero. She is meant for this role, just like how Adrien is meant for the role of Cat Noir. I just fucking wish the show would show it. Let it not be me going several layers deep to figure this shit out. But that's enough of my philosophical readings of a show that doesn't even care to be as smart as I try to perceive it to be. I just want you to know how I see the show and the potential I see and why I like it, even though at this point I feel like I'm being held hostage. Alya apologizes, saying, oh, it was her mistake because of me. The villains almost won, and Ladybug is like, yes, you did make a mistake, but we need to learn from it, and I'm about to take a huge risk and give you this. She gave Alya a Miraculous to hold, and I'm like, oh, she kind of did the Master Fu thing, because even Master Fu knows when Marinette makes a mistake, like with accidentally losing a Miraculous and Chloé getting it, she still like looks past it. So even though Alya made a mistake, she knows that she's a valuable asset, and instead of punishing her or something, she's like, okay, I'm gonna give you more responsibilities, which to the average mind is like, okay, that's not how it works. But this is the show that doesn't know what consequences are unless it's for the characters they don't like. But this was a good move on Marinette's part. She was able to look past the mistake that Alya made and said, okay, I'm pretty confident, I hope you've learned from that mistake, but I'm about to give you a big responsibility because I need help. So why the fuck won't you know Cat Noir's identity? I know Shot Blah was... The show creates reasons as to why things can't be. Because they made the entire episode of Shot Blah so it could be that, oh, they can't know each other's identities because this will happen. But then again, if they just reveal to each other and just have this rule of, okay, we can't date each other or we can't be personal. We know each other's personal life, but until we defeat Hawkmoth, we can't get involved. And then they find out that, oh, you're Marinette, you're Adrien, but we made this promise. That is good. It's... I fucking hate this whole rule of you can't know the other holders' identities, but she knows all of them and she gets to decide all of these things. Even though a couple seconds ago I said she's good at her job, the writers are undermining all that goodwill that we just created. But... oh god, I don't even know how long this review is, but my voice is already going, so I know I've been talking for a while. I didn't want to pass 20 minutes, but I really do think I've passed 20 minutes. But yeah, please don't forget to like the videos. It really helps. Let me know what you think. I actually really like this episode. I like the next episode even more, even though I have a lot more gripes with it. Again, the chapped lips. Do you see what I see? This is not an animation error or anything, but why are her lips so dry? Put some gloss, please. It'll look beautiful on her. So yeah, that's where the episode ends. The villains got really close. They had a really good plan, but the power of luck is just too powerful, and Trix got their wish to be free roaming. Then Trix is just a little shit. I remember when Trix was first introduced, I liked them more than Tiki. This is that thing where I said in a couple videos ago that I said that the kwamis were gender neutral or non-binary, and somebody said the opposite. So whatever one I said, they said the opposite. I think I said the kwamis were non-binary and the person said they're gender neutral, and I'm like, difference? Both. Well, anyway, whatever the difference is, kwamis don't assign themselves to any gender. They are just beings. But some kwamis like to take pronouns. Tiki is a she, Plag is a he, Waze is a he. Trix, I remember asking and people saying that Trix doesn't identify as anything, but I heard somewhere that Trix identifies as a he, because I said the genders of kwamis technically align with their holders. So Trix would be the first male kwami to a female holder, but then it said no, Trix just goes by they, them. But I think it was confirmed that Trix is a he. Trix likes male pronouns. I don't know why I'm going into this, but I just find that fascinating. Just the kwamis, just to know, okay, who identifies as what, because the kwamis don't look like they belong to like, yes, Tiki sounds like a girl and Plag sounds like a boy, but imagine if since the beginning that they just established, no, I'm not a she, I'm not a he, we're just they, them. We may sound like one gender, but we are not. But whatever, maybe it's even established that Tiki doesn't identify as a she just allows Marinette to call her that because she doesn't care. Wait, I was supposed to end this video and I got dragged into gender politics. I just find the topic fascinating. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's gonna be all from this video. I really do like this episode. Let me know what you think. I think some people said they didn't like this episode and the next one, and I'm like, how? This is when things are starting to get good. Watching everything in order. The season is ramping up. We're getting to the middle, maybe mid-season finale. Things are building, and my anticipation is rising, and my hope for the show is also rising as well. And I know some people in the comments are saying, wait till you get to this episode, Simple Man or Wishmaker, and I'm like, please stop. For now, watching everything in order, things are going good. I am looking forward to watching Haxan. That's the episode I'm looking forward to getting to. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really am enjoying reviewing these things in order with you. A lot of you are coming back saying, oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember that. Oh, TVC. Blah, 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 blah. It's fun. I'm having fun. And I hope you're having fun as well. But yeah, that's all going to be all from me. Thanks so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And but with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.